Hey, this is Byron from FireBoard. Today we are bringing you a segment I'm going to call Will It Fit, or Save Me from the Trash Heap, a marketplace find. So here's the deal. I found this little Z Grills pellet smoker on Marketplace for a whopping total of $0.99, or it was free. Okay, a guy said, I don't want this unit, come pick it up. I can help you. Actually, he said he wouldn't help me load it, but when I showed up, he actually did help me load it, although this is not a heavy unit. And we'll talk about that a little bit as well. This Z Grills does work. So what I did, I've only done a few things with this because I wanted this to be a discovery video. Me with you, or you with me, we're going to find out if the new FireBoard Pellet Drive is going to work on this particular unit, okay? So I've done very little with it. I did plug it in, I powered it up, and verified that it worked. So some people would say, why would you want to mess with this if it already works? Well, we want to control it with a FireBoard. That means we have Wi-Fi control, we have Wi-Fi, temperature, we can see what's going on even if we're shopping at Walmart, and we can raise and lower the temperature from Walmart if we want to. So if you have a marketplace find, you have one you're looking at, or you have a pellet grill in your backyard, and you want to know before you actually purchase the FireBoard Pellet Drive whether or not it'll work, here are a few things to look for. Now, this isn't guaranteed. I'm going to say that. That's my disclaimer. It's not guaranteed. But here are some things to look for. Number one, a regular AC plug. Our pellet drive works on AC power. So if you have a wall wart or something like that, then it's probably not going to work with the new FireBoard Pellet Drive. If you have a regular AC cord, that doesn't guarantee it. There are some newer pellet grills that don't work with our pellet drive. But that is at least a place to start. Number two, you look inside, and we'll probably have some shots here where you look inside, you find these little white Molex connectors. If you can see those in there, then chances are it's going to work with our FireBoard Pellet Drive. The third thing you can look for, if you know the model number, let's say you see a marketplace find and somebody's advertising a particular model number. You get on the internet and you try to figure out, will this work? So on this particular model, we downloaded this. This was actually after the fact, but I downloaded this on the owner's manual of this exact pellet grill. It shows you the wiring diagrams, and it shows you the colors and that sort of thing of the wires, which match up with the FireBoard Pellet Drive. So with those things combined, there's a pretty near 100% chance that this is going to work with this particular pellet grill. All right, so one thing I do know about this particular pellet grill, this is, let me find it right here. This is our pellet drive. So it's not a small unit, and it has, I mean, it's not big, but it's not small either. And so we look at this Z Grills, that's not going to work, okay? So where they have this installed on the pellet hopper, it's long and narrow, and there's not a great place to install this right over there. So my thought is we're going to actually install this down here on the hopper. What do you not see here on the hopper? Well, you don't see a hole for the wires to go through. So on the outset, one thing I do know is I'm going to have to modify this grill to some degree in order to accept my pellet drive. So we're going to end up installing right there. So somewhere in here, I'm actually going to have to drill a hole. That said, let's get started taking this apart. Now, my other disclaimer, again, is I haven't opened this up. I've peered inside in the bottom and verified some of the cords along with the documentation, but I have not started taking this apart. So you're following along with me as I do this. So here we go. We're going to start by taking this, this little controller off. I'm just going to pull these connectors apart like that. So we're just going to pull this out now, and look, these wires pull right out. So these are those Molex connectors that we were hoping and the documentation said would be there. So we'll be able to, on the other ends, connect our FireBoard Pellet Drive right to that. All right, so now I need to figure out where I'm going to drill a hole. So I have my drill and a hole saw. There's a good possibility that this hole saw is going to just tear up the metal. Here's our mounting kit. It has 4 magnets and spacers and screws. This is the boring part of the video. where you're just watching somebody repetitively do the same thing 4 times. So feel free to fast forward if this is not exciting to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, these ship with these harnesses attached, I think. I'm not exactly sure how they ship yet, so forgive me if it's not exactly correct. But we're going to take this mounting harness or this wiring harness, and we're going to go ahead and put it in here like this. We're going to now get underneath and start connecting those Molex connectors together. Okay, the ground wire's connected. All of these wires are connected. The temperature probe wire is connected. We're just going to pop that on there. There we go. We can position it as needed. Let's go ahead and put this housing here back on. Push some of those wires back up. We're going to screw this back on, find our screw holes. All right, so the only thing we have left to kind of do is to put the old controller back. On a lot of grills, you're just replacing the controllers so it takes up the same space. This one, as I said before, it's different. So I'm just going to put it back. I'm going to take these wires, let me see if this works, and just kind of shove them back in the inside of this so they're out of the way. And for the most part, they are. Look at that. Now I'm just going to put this back just to cover the hole, because it also covers the hole in the hopper to able to, so we can hold more pellets in there. All right, there we go. Installation is complete. You know what we're going to do now? We're going to go outside, because you probably shouldn't start a fire like this inside. We're going to go outside, we're going to fire it up, we're going to set the controls, hopefully properly, and we're going to fire it up. So let's go outside. So the pellets are in, we got it powered, we're plugged in, now we're going to power it up, see what happens. If this is the last time you see me, tell my wife I said I love her. Okay, we got the FireBoard screen. Good, it didn't blow up. So this is what you're going to see the first time you power it up. It says pellet grill setup, not set. So here you can set your model. Now note, we sell this pellet grill or this pellet drive to many manufacturers. So you'll sometimes see their profiles in here. We're going to look for basically a generic one. You'll see. So we're going to click on this, and we're going to turn this knob, and you can see it's going through all these different models. So now we're set up, we're ready to go. All I have to do now is press the knob to ignite. It's showing that it's 53 degrees out here. I don't think it's 53 degrees out here, but we're going to go ahead and hit the knob and see what happens. It says it's starting. I can hear the auger moving. Temperature is set for 225. We'll leave it on there. We have these little display here that show up. AU means the auger is on. IG means the igniter is going. F1 and F2 show that the fans are running. So at least there's power going through the cables. At least the controller is showing that there's power going to those things. Now it's time just to wait to see if the pellets ignite. All right, so while this is igniting, in fact, look at the smoke, it's starting to ignite already. So that's a really good sign. Oh, this is a free grill, okay? I gotta understand that. We're gonna open this up. You can see inside here that this heat shield is actually rusted through a little bit. I can see the flame right in here. So again, this maybe isn't the ideal model to do, but you can turn this free grill into a fantastically FireBoard controlled pellet grill just with our pellet drive. I looked and I could get one of those heat shields for probably 60 bucks. I don't know if I'm going to use this in the future, but that's not really a bad deal to buy a $60 heat shield for this pellet smoker. So we're gonna let this come up to temp, see what happens. It's already coming up to 78, but I had the lid open, so that would affect it. It's gonna come up to temp and it's gonna be awesome. So there you go. We have the FireBoard Pellet Drive installed on this little Z grills that I got for free off of Marketplace. That's what you get. You get an awesome device, FireBoard control, onto a pellet grill that didn't have any control previously. This had no Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth, no nothing. It didn't even have a probe, okay? You couldn't even monitor your meat temperatures with this thing. So we have turned this Marketplace free find into a FireBoard controlled beast. This is Byron with FireBoard Labs. Hope you enjoy it. All right, so we're gonna add this FireBoard Pellet Drive to our app. We're gonna click on the app, and This is a brand new account, so it's not showing anything else. So it's gonna say add FireBoard. I'm gonna say add FireBoard. Since I'm here at headquarters, it's probably gonna show a lot of devices, which it does. So we're just gonna click here on the FireBoard Pellet. And there it shows up. Now I can click here and I can change the device name. So it comes up with the serial number. So I'm gonna go here and I'm just gonna call it the Z Grills. And I can go back here. It typically just pulls the Wi-Fi from whatever Wi-Fi you're on with your phone or your device already. We're gonna go back and it's gonna just take it a bit. Oh, no, it already showed. Look at that, it already has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and the battery's at 100%. So now we can go back here to the dashboard and go to summary. So we're gonna go back to the dashboard and we can see here that it's showing us our data already. It's showing us that the set point is at 225, the pit is registering at 222, not bad. The auger is showing 35%, it's running. And then the drive mode, we talk about that and some other things. You can set up certain drive programs on doing some automated things, but generally that's what's going on. It's that simple to add your new FireBoard Pellet Drive to the FireBoard app.